Good morning, children. This is 6th standard, and we are going to study the third chapter of science, fiber to fabric. Well, children, as we have studied in first and second chapter, the food, the varieties of food, and what does our food contains. And in that chapters, we studied that there are many varieties in our food. In the same manner, children, there are many varieties in our clothes also. Okay, if you may wear a cotton t-shirt or shirt and shorts, or your mother may be wearing a sari or Punjabi suit, and both the t-shirt, the cloth that is used for t-shirt, and the material that is used for your mother's sari are totally different. Now the next example is the bed sheet and the curtains that are in your home. Now the fabric for the curtain and the fabric and the cloth material that is used as bed sheet, these both are also different. Certain clothes such as shirts and pants are made of polyester also. Some clothes are made of cotton, some are made up of polyester, some are made up of silk, some are made up of wool. A fabric, that means it is composed of yarn or threads that are arranged together. Now, what is this yarn? What is this fabric? What is this thread? That we have to study in this chapter. So, first, let us all start reading the chapter. First of all, pencil in your hand, everybody. Paheli and Bujo won the first prize in a science quiz competition held at their school. They were very excited and decided to use the prize money to buy clothes for their parents. When they saw a large variety of cloth material, they got confused. The shopkeeper explained that some clothes or fabrics were cotton and some were synthetic. He also had woolen mufflers and shawls. There were many silk saris as well. Paheli and Bujo felt very excited. They touched and felt these different fabrics. Finally, they bought a woolen muffler and a cotton sari. So, children, here Pahili and Bujo both are going to buy something for their parents because they have won the prize. Now, what are they seeing there? What they saw there? They saw many different type of fabrics, many different kinds of fabrics that were such as cotton. Here, as you can see, here it is. Some were synthetic, cotton, synthetic, woolen mufflers, shawls. So these are all the type of cloth material, and also there were silk saris. So children, now this both the children Bujo and Paheli were confused that what should they buy. Now finally they bought a woolen. What did they buy? They bought a woolen muffler and a cotton sari. What did they buy? They bought woolen muffler and a cotton sari. After their visit to the cloth shop, Paheli and Bujo began to notice various fabrics in their surroundings. They found that bedsheets, blankets, curtains, tablecloths, towels, and dusters were made from different kinds of fabrics. Yes, children. So, as I said in the introduction of the chapter, that the bed sheets, blankets, curtains, tablecloths, towels, dusters, etc. things were made of different kinds of fabrics. Even their school bags and the gunny bags were made from some kind of fabric. They tried to identify this fabric as cotton, wool, silk, or synthetic. So children, here how many type of fabrics are shown in this paragraph? Yes, cotton, wool, silk, synthetic. Right? So these are all the types of fabric. Right? Acha, and what is this gunny bags? Children, do you know what are gunny bags? You all know what is school bag. But do you know what are the gunny bags? Okay, gunny bags are here children. Here children, this is the jute from which the gunny bags are prepared. And children, here are the gunny bags. Have you ever seen this? Yes, these are the gunny bags and it is prepared from jute. And from where do we get the jute? Well, that we will study further on in this chapter. So that was the gunny bags. Now comes variety in fabrics. Activity 1. Visit a nearby tailoring shop. Collect cuttings of fabrics left over after stitching. Feel and touch each piece of fabric. Now try to label some of the fabrics as cotton, silk, wool or synthetic after asking for help from the tailor. Now children, what you have to do is you have to collect some small pieces of clothes from a tailoring shop. But right now it is not possible because we are not leaving our home, we are not going out of the home. So what you have to do is you whatever clothes you are wearing, and that may be the skirt, jeans, t-shirts, your mom might be wearing saris, your father might be wearing shirt, and so what you have to do is you try to touch those things, touch those clothes and try to feel that cloth. You will feel that each and every cloth touch is different, right? Do you wonder what these different fabrics are made of? When you look at any fabric, it seems a continuous piece. Now look at it closely. What do you notice? Select a piece of cotton fabric you labeled in activity 1. Now try to find a loose thread or yarn at one of the edges and pull it out. Yes children, here you have to underline. Try to find a loose thread or yarn at one of the edges and pull it out. So children, what you have to do is you have to take a fabric that is a piece of cloth. ओके सो एक पीस लेना है आपको कपड़े का, उसको उसमें से आपको फाइबर जो है, रेशा जो है वो खींचने का है. ट्राई टू फाइंड अ लूज थ्रेड और यार्न एट वन ऑफ द एजेस एंड पुल इट आउट. So here it is shown, this figure 3.3 pulling a thread from a fabric. अच्छा, अगर ये आपको नहीं करने का है तो चिल्ड्रन यू माइट बी हैविंग टोन्ड जीन्स. टोन्ड, हाँ, जो फटी हुई जीन्स पहनते हैं ना हम लोग. हाँ, तो जो फटी हुई जीन्स होती है उसमें से एक धागा आप खींच के निकाल लेना, राइट? हाँ, देन व्हाट यू हैव टू डू? You can gently pull one out with a pin or a needle. We find that a fabric is made up of yarns arranged together. Yes, children, underline here. Fabric is made up of yarns arranged together. What are these yarns made of? So, children, here, जैसा मैंने आपको बोला, you have to pull out a thread from your toned jeans and from that thread you have to try टू उसको, जो अभी जो धागा हमने खींच निकाला है ना, उसके बहुत सारे हिस्से होंगे, बहुत सारे उसमें पतले थिन स्ट्रैंड्स, THINSTRANDS, थिन स्ट्रैंड्स जो है वो सब इकट्ठे होके वो सब यूनाइट करके यान बनाते हैं. एंड दिस यान यूनाइट्स टू बिकम अ फैब्रिक. ओके. So now comes activity 3. Take out a yarn from a piece of cotton fabric. Place this piece of yarn on the table. Now press one end of the yarn with your thumb. Scratch the other end of the yarn along its length with your nail as shown in figure 3.4. Do you find that at this end the yarn splits into thin strands? So children, here what we have to do is, supposing this is your thread that you have taken out from your toned jeans. So now you have to keep here one of your finger you have to keep here at one end, and with the help of your nail you have to pull this thread like this. So what you will find is, you will find that स्मॉल थिन स्ट्रैंड्स, छोटे छोटे धागे उसमें से, पतले पतले धागे उसमें से निकल आएंगे. किसमें से? ये जो धागा हमने अपनी फटी हुई जीन्स में से निकाला है उसमें से. ओके, आई होप यू माइट बी अंडरस्टैंडिंग. बिकॉज ऑफ दिस COVID-19 वी आर नॉट एबल टू टीच यू face to face, and it seems bit difficult to explain this thing, but please children, please try and understand. Parents are requested, please help them with this experiment. Okay, now Press one end of the yarn with your thumb, scratch the other end of the yarn along its length with your nail as shown in figure. Do you find that at this end the yarn splits up into thin strands? Splits means what? Here the word split is there. If you recollect, in 5th standard there was the chapter of about monocot seed and dicot seed. What was the definition for the dicot seed? The seeds that splits into two equal halves after breaking them are known as dicot seeds. So this splits, that means to get separated, right? Now at this end the yarn splits up into thin strands. वो थिन स्ट्रैंड्स में अलग हो जाता है. जो धागा जो हम लोगों ने अलग किया है उस जीन्स में से, उस पैंट में से, उसको हम अगर एक साइड पे थंब, एक साइड पे अपने फिंगर रख के एक एंड पे, दूसरे एंड से हम अगर अपने नख से अपने नाखून से हम लोग खींचेंगे तो वी कैन गेट थिन strands. That yarn will turn into thin strands. Here it is shown in figure 3.5. Am I clear, everybody? Okay. Now you might have observed something similar when you try to thread a needle. Many a time the end of the thread is separated into a few thin strands. This makes it difficult to pass the thread through the eye of the needle. The thin strands of thread that we see are made up of still thinner strands called fibers. अच्छा, तो अभी एक और एग्जांपल इसमें दिया है दैट एवरीबॉडी, आप लोगों ने कभी ना कभी तो सुई में धागा डाला ही होगा. तो कभी कभी क्या होता है, जो धागा होता है वो सुई में हम लोग नहीं डाल सकते. उसका जो होता है that the eye of the needle, we are not able to insert that thread in that eye of the needle. Why? Because if you will observe, अभी तक अगर नहीं किया है तो ये आप कर सकते हो. सुई ले लेने की, धागा लेने का, and try to put this thread in the eye of that needle. So what you will see that there are like this so many strands. यहाँ पे जो दिख रहा है this one, अगर वो धागा है वो सुई में नहीं जा रहा है, तो अगर आप ध्यान से देखोगे तो ये वो धागा है वो अगर ऐसे स्प्लिट होगा, तो स्प्लिट दैट इज सेपरेटिंग इनटू many thin strands, right? So that was about the needle and the thread. Now this thin strands of thread that we see are made up of still thinner strands called fibers. अभी इसका भी जो, इससे भी जो पतले होते हैं उसको बोलते हैं fibers. Fibers are made up of yarns and yarns are further made up of fibers. Are you all getting me, children? Yes? हाँ बोलो. Are you all getting me? Yes. तो क्या होता है, सबसे पहले अगर हम ऐसे जाते हैं, सपोजिंग फाइबर्स दैट इज अवर क्लोथ इज मेड अप ऑफ yarns आर मेड अप ऑफ fabrics are made up of yarns and yarns are further made up of fibers. फैब्रिक्स किस में से बनता है, यार्न में से बनता है, यार्न बनता है फाइबर से. सो फर्स्ट स्टेप फॉर मेकिंग अ क्लॉथ इज फाइबर टू yarn to fabric. That means fabrics from yarn, from fibers. Am I clear, everybody? Confusing na? Okay, let me explain. Supposing you all are students, right? So children, what is a class? I mean, does one student make a class? No. So many students make a class, right? In the same manner, and so many classes makes a school. So here you have to think that fiber is a student, right? So many students, that means class. So many classes, that is school. Am I clear, everybody? So fiber is a single student. So many students, that forms classroom. So classroom is yarn. So many classroom forms a school, that is the fabric. Okay, अब समझ में आ गया बच्चों? Okay. The fibers of some fabrics such as cotton, jute, silk and wool are obtained from plants and animals. The fibers of some fabrics such as cotton, jute, silk and wool are obtained from plants and animals. These are called natural fibers. Well children, in the previous chapter, in the very first chapter, we learned that there are two sources to get the food, natural and plant and animal. They are both the sources to obtain food. In the same manner here, to get the fabric, to obtain the fabric, there are also two sources that are natural and artificial. There are two type of fibers, that are natural fibers and artificial fibers. Now, which are the natural fibers? Cotton, jute, silk and wool. So cotton and jute, again here also plants and animals. Cotton and jute, here cotton and jute, they are the plant fabrics, plant fibers, and silk and wool, they are the animal sources to get the fabrics. Now, cotton and jute are examples of fibers obtained from plants. Wool and silk fibers are obtained from animals. Wool is obtained from the fleece of sheep or goat. Well children, what do you mean by fleece? Yes, the fur, that is the skin that is present on the sheep or goat, that is known as fleece, from which the wool is obtained. It is also obtained from the hair of rabbits, yak and camel. Silk fiber is drawn from the cocoon of silkworm. Yes children, this is the most important one. Silk fiber is drawn from the cocoon of silkworm. Okay, what is this cocoon? Supposing, let me explain you. Supposing this is the silkworm and this is its cocoon. So the silk is obtained from this portion of the silkworm, that is the cocoon. For thousands of years, natural fibers were the only ones available for mankind fabrics. In the last 100 years, in the last 100 years, in the last 100 years or so, fibers are also made from fibers are also made from chemical, turn the page, substances which are not obtained from plant or animal sources. These are called synthetic fibers. Now children, what is known as synthetic fibers? Here, synthetic fibers. So the fibers that are not obtained from plant or animal sources, these are called synthetic fibers. That means that type of fibers are man-made fibers. Now comes topic 3.3, some plant fibers. The plant fibers are here, as you can see. The first one is cotton. Here it is. First one is cotton and the second one is jute. So there are two type of plant fibers shown in our chapter, cotton and jute. The first one is cotton. Let us study. Have you ever made wicks for oil lamps? Well children, do you know what is wicks? WICKS. जो हम दिया जलाते हैं भगवान को, उसमें जो बाती बनाते हैं, जे दिवेट बनावे છે આપણે, that is known as wicks. What do you use for making these wicks? Yes children, obviously what do we use? We use cotton. This cotton wool is also used for filling mattresses, quilts or pillows. Mattresses, gadle, pillows, quilts, that is रजाई, pillows, that is pillow, as you all know, अपरू ओशिकू. उसमें जो हम यूज़ करते हैं वो अंदर जो भरते हैं, what do we feel inside this mattresses, quilts and pillows? Obviously cotton. Take some cotton wool, pull it apart and look at its edges. What do you observe? The small thin strands that you see are made up of cotton fibers. This cotton is made up of cotton fibers. Where does this cotton wool come from? It is grown in the fields. Cotton plants are usually grown at places having black soil and warm climate. Yes, children, underline this and you have to remember this thing. Cotton plants are usually grown at places having black soil and warm climate. Can you name some states of our country where cotton is grown? Yes, children, in our country the cotton is grown in. Can you name them? Yes, West Bengal, Bihar, Assam. Well, that will come later on. The fruits of the cotton plant that are known as cotton balls, BOLLS, cotton balls, are about the size of a lemon. After maturing, the balls burst open and the seeds covered with cotton fibers can be seen. Here, children, the figure of cotton plants is given. As you can see, these are the cotton balls. Here, let us take this one. This is a cotton ball. It is a size about a lemon, and these balls burst open. Burst, that means, yes, what is meant by burst? Fati jau. When it gets mature, it bursts, means ke fati jai, and then it opens and we can have the cotton fibers. Okay. Have you ever seen a cotton field that is ready for picking? It looks like a field covered with snow. Yes, children, can you see here? If you will see from far, it will look like this white thing. It seems like it is covered with snow, isn't it? Okay. From these balls, from these balls, cotton is usually picked by hand. Fibers are then separated from the seeds by combining. This process is called ginning of cotton. Ginning was traditionally done by hand. These days machines are also used for ginning. From these balls, cotton is usually picked by hand. Now here a process named ginning is defined. What is ginning? The ginning means the fibers that are separated from the seeds by combing, that is known as ginning. Here, as it is shown, you might have seen in the shop that is of mattresses, the mattresses maker, ये मशीन भी आप लोगों ने देखा होगा, this machine, right? So this is the ginning of cotton. डस्टिंग, जो डस्ट होता है वो, और अच्छा कॉटन और बुरा कॉटन जो होता है, इट्स सेपरेटेड विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस मशीन. यू माइट हैव सीन दिस थिंग. First, previously this thing was done by hand, but nowadays it is carried out with the help of machine. This process is known as ginning. So what is ginning? Fiber separated from the seeds by combing is known as ginning. So that was all about cotton. Now comes the jute. Jute fiber is obtained from the stem of the jute plant. It is cultivated during the rainy season. In India, jute is mainly grown in West Bengal, Bihar and Assam. The jute plant is normally harvested when it is at flowering stage. The stems of the harvested plants are immersed in water for a few days. The stems rot and fibers are separated by hand. To make fabrics, all these fibers are first converted into yarns. How is it done? Now children, this is about jute. Have you ever seen the jute? Jute, that is sutri. So from where the jute that is used to make the gunny bags. Jute fiber is obtained from jute plant. What we have to do is we have to take this plant when it is in its flowering stage. We have to cut these plants when it is in flowering stage. Then we have to dip the stem of this harvested plant in water for some days. After that the stems get rotten. That means सड़ी जाओ, खराब थई जाओ. And from this rotted stem, the fibers are separated with the help of the hand. And to make fabrics, all these fibers are first converted into yarns, right? So from this jute plant we have to take out the fibers with the help of our hand, and we have to unite these fibers, and then these fibers are converted into yarns. Now how is it done? We will see this thing in next session. Hope you might have understood it very well. And if you are having any query, please, as I always say, note that down and I will try to resolve it as soon as possible. So children, will soon meet. Till then, bye bye. Take care everybody.